It's CJ Dunning here. Welcome to BRM Gaming and Podcast. This is your go-to channel for retro gaming and podcasts.
The Hawkeyes are on a 9-game winning streak.
This team is really starting to put it together. You can tell they're playing with confidence and they can do no wrong.
And here we have our two players who are the focus of our Star Watch for today's game. And, of course, here's our starting lineup.
Well, Bradley, I'm really excited about the matchup and the pivot. The young man in the middle for either team could single-handedly lead their team to victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we go. And we're off with a tip here in the first half. The Hawkeyes are number 5 in the polls right now, Dick.
They play together as a team. They share the basketball, they move the ball, get good player movement as well, and that's why they're efficient offensively.
Dick, let's talk a little bit as they go into what looks like the flex, and they like to use this.
Well, the flex offense can be very effective, especially that first screen coming off the weak side. Running that screener, you get the screener and then the cutter, and they're usually very difficult to stop.
Both teams are looking to get something going here. Work the perimeter.
Spacing's so important. Get 15 to 17 feet apart. Great pressure, great double team. Really explosive.
A little two-man action. Goes up. Missed it. He goes for 3. Plus the jumper. Our three-prong attack tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Brad Nessler with Dick Vitale and our friend EA Aaron Andrews checking in from the sideline. On the right side.
Excellent spacing. That's so important to a good offensive set. It's even more important to have talented guards like they have.
Yeah, that helps. He fires it up. Nope. Tries for 2. He buries it. Ball didn't even seem like it touched the floor there.
Hey, when you get ball reversals like that, Brad, you put pressure on the defense. Enough pressure, and you'll make them crack.
They'll bring it back out on top and reset it.
I'll tell you, he missed the post guy. The post guy had the great angle, was locking on the box. I hate it when guys can't make that entry.
Number 24 is called for the foul. First team foul. Oh, it looked like he had an easy basket coming up, but the defense commits the foul instead.
Great play there, Brad. He was able to foul him in order to prevent the easy basket.
The Wildcats will step to the line for the first time. First one is good. Got them both.
Oh, he drained it. Nothing but nylon, MBN.
Pushes it up. For the bucket. He makes the shot. You can just blink and this guy's already got 20 on you. This man is a scorer.
You're either born as a scorer or you're not. This kid can fill it up.
They work the perimeter. For 2. Nice shot. Thinks about the shot. Coach asking them to set up offensively now. Out on the right wing. He wants a three. Off the mark. Goes up for two. He shows the sweet touch. And a momentary look from three-point land. The Wildcats have a three-point shooter spotting up. They'll bring it back out on top and reset it.
I'll tell you, he missed the post guy. The post guy had the great angle. Was lucky.
He got the layup to go, and the foul is called.
Hey, he saw that he was going to get fouled, but he stuck to the path in spite of it.
He goes to the line for the first time. Gets it. His shot blocked from behind.
He set him up nicely.
They work it around the perimeter. There they come with a double team to stop it. On the outside. For the bucket. Gets it to go.
Number 22, 4-2. The assistant to number 15.
He throws it up from downtown. He's just not seeing the floor, Dick.
He doesn't want to, Brad. He wants to score, and I'll tell you, that ain't good for team morale, baby.
Great shot. Nobody seems to know where to go on defense, Dick.
They've got to talk this one over.
And come up short. For two. No. On the dribble, gives it up. From three-point territory, plus the J. He's going to see this guy in his sleep tonight, Dick.
He's already living a nightmare, Brad.
Moving it around the perimeter. We're at the 7-minute mark. Goes up for two. Too strong. It's good. And it's stripped. Active hands. Tries for two. He misses it.
Got to think right now. Got to focus defensively. Trying to get that ball movement, get that good spacing.
Nielsen picks up the foul. Third team foul. Well, I don't know if there's such a thing as a good foul, but that might have been one right there, Dick.
Hey, Mr. Nessler, I like that type of play. He's saying to the defense, no easy baskets for you. We're going to force you to make shots.
How important is it to get to the free throw line?
Well, you know, those bonus points, Brad, you get those simple points. They add up at the end. Plus, you get people into foul trouble.
And he got them both. They're seeing them all fall from the line tonight.
That's a crucial plus down the stretch, Brad.
Number 12 is whistled for the foul. Well, he commits an intentional foul there to prevent the easy basket.
Well, it's a smart play, Brad, especially if you can afford to use a personal foul. I like his mentality. No easy basket.
Number 5 steps to the line for the first time. First shot, good. Free throws go. Working it around the perimeter. 6 minutes left on the game clock. On the elbow, they feed down to the low block. In the lane. And score it. He tries the three. It'd be nice if he could get some assistance out there. That young man is doing it all for his team right now.
If he keeps this up, he may collapse. His teammates must pick it up.
Turnaround jumper. The missed shot. Number 50 with the ball. He takes it away. Pushing in transition. Looking for a good shot. For the bucket. He nails the bucket. We're at the 5-minute mark. Now they work it around the perimeter. Number 5 is charged with the foul. 4th team foul. It's been a great team effort for these guys tonight, Dick.
They've been awesome, Brad. Every player who has stepped onto the court has been focused and has been looking to get his team involved. You've got to love this kind of teamwork.
Now the turnaround jumper. Off the mark. Number 25 receives the pass. For 2. The shot's off target. Goes up for 2. He couldn't get it to fall. Well, if there is such a thing as a good foul, that was probably it.
Sure was, Brad. He fouled to prevent the easy basket. You know, Brad, as a coach, your seniors are a very important part of their operation. The underclassmen look up to them and really lean on them for guidance and direction. When a senior accepts this role and leads by example, it helps the coaching staff and the team immensely. Makes those free throws count. Wants to go back on that campus as BMOC. Big man on campus, baby.
He shoots from downtown.
Jumper didn't look pretty, I can tell you that. That baby was ugly.
They'll work it around the arc. About 4 minutes remaining on the game clock. And it's knocked loose. Lets it fly. Missed the jumper. Looking to move it around the perimeter.
Unusual mistake there by the senior.
Tries for 2. Off the mark.
Get that sucker out of the game, man.
Goes. And we've got a change in possession here. Number 13 gets in on his first minutes tonight.
Hey, this kid really knows how to keep the offense moving. Tremendous leader out there.
And it's stripped. Active hands. Now on the run. Foul charge. Oh, it looked like he had an easy basket coming up, but the defense commits a foul instead.
Great play there, Brad. He was able to foul him in order to prevent the easy basket.
And, of course, season average.
One thing that stats don't show, Brad, are the intangibles. The pass that leads to the pass that ultimately leads to a score. Deflection, diving for loose balls. Those are all the important stats in my books.
We've got a timeout. More ESPN coverage of the NCAA coming up right after this. I look for something different here coming out of this timeout, Dick.
I wouldn't doubt it, Brad.
He shoots the jumper. They got it. We're at the 3-minute mark. Pushes it up. Swatted from behind.
Never saw him coming, Brad.
And there's kind of a snapshot of their current records and how they're faring overall so far.
The goal is to get W's, Brad. If the L column is a lot greater than the other one, that's an issue.
He puts up the 3 ball. Jumper won't go. Isolated on the outside. They're working around the arc looking for the open jumper. Obvious foul. Ball coming in from the sideline. On the outside. For the bucket. There was no doubt about that one. Inside. And the ball is saved. Great job. And we'll get a change of possession. We're at the 2-minute mark. Loose ball. Saves it. Great play. They get an open look for 3. Missed it. On the left side. For 2. Off the glass and no good.
High stepping it, man. Take a look right here. Little Barishnikov in shorts. Little ballerina hanging in the air.
He's a jack of all trades. They work it around the perimeter. Goes up for 2. He doesn't get the hoop to fall. He goes up with it. Off the mark. The crowd starting to chant.
Who says there's no such thing as a home court advantage?
Number 25 takes the pass. Drains it. 1 minute left to go. Looking for a good shot. He puts up the tray. I don't think that's the guy they want shooting that shot.
Hey, a few more of those, he may wind up on a bench.
He takes the 3. Nails the jumper. Another turnover.
We're not talking apple turnovers either.
Looks at the 3. Knocks it down. And a timeout's called. We got a break in the action. Stay tuned for more NCAA basketball coverage. We get ready to bounce back into action here. Tries for 2. Off the glass and no good. He attempts the trifecta. Nails a sweet jumper. At halftime, the Wildcats are behind by 11. Number 5 has really been unbelievable on offense, Dick. He's just totally lived up to the billing we expected from him.
I'll tell you, Brad, he's done an excellent job moving without the ball and also done a great job responding when the ball is in his hand. Everyone responded as a result of his strong play.
Looks like they're going to go with a full-court man-to-man press, Dick. He launches a 3. The missed shot. The man can't escape.
Well done. Great trap. Double team now, that angle.
The center with the ball. Launches the three.
Excellent jump shot right there.
And now they'll bring it up. The Hawk, he makes the block. Cross court. Up fake. Cross court. He shoots from the deep corner. Can't connect. Let's go courtside. What do you got for us, Aaron?
The Hawkeyes have done a great job limiting turnovers. Dick, you mentioned how important this was at the beginning of the game, and it's definitely been the difference maker so far. Expect for the solid performance to continue. So far, so good, but there's another half of basketball remaining. Brad?
Thanks, Aaron. Well, I don't know if there's such a thing as a good foul, but that might have been one right there, Dick.
Hey, Mr. Nessler, I like that type of play. He's saying to the defense, no easy baskets for you. We're going to force you to make shots.
Here's another solid junior, Dick.
You know, Brad, you look at your juniors as third-year players who have been there. Nothing should be new to them by the time they're in their third season. They should know what's expected from them in the classroom, and they should know what to expect from their conference opponents. The level of familiarity should be much higher than what it was in their first year.
Sinks the shot.
Coming inside.
He pulls up with a jumper. He misses the jumper. For the bucket. Off the mark with that shot. Fed the low block. And has it rejected.
Defense did a great job with that block shot.
With the block. Out of bounds, and we're staying right here. They'll throw this one in from the side. He tries the jumper. Off the glass and no good. The small forward receives the ball.
Look at that spacing.
Too physical. Oh, and he's not going to be happy with that call.
Well, silly foul right there, but look at his face. His facial expression tells it all.
Good job defensively. They just won't give him any openings.
Pressure in the basketball.
Did a great job of getting to the hoop on that one, Richard.
Well, those aggressive moves to the basket are what this offense is all about.
Number 5 has been marked as one of the best juniors in the nation.
He's proved that he's definitely one of the best in his position and in his class. There aren't too many juniors in the nation who can do what he does.
Cross court. For 2. Off the glass and no good. Off the glass and no good. Goes up for 2. Off the glass and no good. Blocks the shot. That goes out of bounds, and we'll stay at this end. Let's check out this three-pointer one more time, Dick. Puts up the tray. Off the mark. The shooting guard with the ball. Work the perimeter.
Spacing's so important. Get 15 to 17 feet apart.
Shoots from outside. Missed the jumper. And there's sort of a snapshot of our game tempo.
Two teams who are picking and choosing when they want to push the ball, Brad.
They really seem to be letting this one get away, Dick.
Yeah, there's been a breakdown somewhere. They need to talk this one over, Brad.
Around 8 minutes remaining on the game clock.
Excellent spacing. That's so important to a good offensive set. It's even more important to have talented guards like they have.
Yeah, that helps. Well, he commits an intentional foul there to prevent the easy basket.
Well, it's a smart play, Brad, especially if he can afford to use a personal foul. I like his mentality. No easy basket.
This is what he's been able to bring to the court per game so far this season.
It's not always about numbers, Brad. It's good to fill the stat sheet, but does he do the little things? That's the question.
It's good. They're nailing the free ones tonight, Mr. Vitale.
Hey, this is where you win and lose games, Brad.
Drains the shot. They work the perimeter. Tries for two. Got it. Let's go courtside. What do you got for us, Aaron?
The Hawkeyes are right where they want to be in terms of tempo. This fast-paced style is ideal for them. The coach has been very animated over here on the sideline, encouraging his team to continue down the path of playing an up-tempo style. It seems as though their mindset is where it needs to be. Guys?
That's, of course, Aaron Andrews, our correspondent on the sideline. Ten seconds on the shot clock. We're at the 7-minute mark. With the big shot. He's taken too many unnecessary shots, Dick.
And he's costing his team their rhythm.
Gave it up for the bucket. Off the glass and no good. The point guard receives the pass. For two. Struggles with a close one. Number 25 takes the feed. Goes up for two. He drains it. It's stolen. Now on the run. Tries for two. Gets it to fall. 6 minutes left on the game clock. For the bucket. Shots off the mark. Rebound out. Pushes it up. Blocked. Buries it. What are some of the things that up-tempo teams will look to do, Nick?
Up-tempo teams really want to put pressure on the defense. They want to create tempo in the game, and they want the tempo to be at a high pace.
And it's not loose. The Hawkeyes are going to have to transition into playing strictly a half-court style now.
It'll be interesting to see if they make this change, Brad. At this point, I think it'll be most beneficial for them to concentrate on playing offense in the half-court, and most importantly, keep the clock running.
Missed it. On the dribble, gives it up. There was no doubt about that one. For three. Doesn't go. Gave it up. About 4 minutes remaining. Had a momentary look from three-point land.
There's the trap.
For two. He gets the bucket. He shoots from outside. Nails the J. On the dribble, gives it up. Goes up for two. with a layup.
The assistant two. Number 22.
Working around the perimeter. He uses the shot fake.
Trying to go inside.
Puts up the J. Busts the jumper. On the outside. We're at the 3-minute mark. On the inside. Tries for two. Tears it away.
Getting that quick outlet pass is so important for the fast break.
With the layup. Here's the big man with a drop step.
Oh, he does a phenomenal job getting post position, good angle, and then the drop step.
He attempts the jump shot. Nails the J.
Number 3. The assistant two. Number 22.
Moving it around the perimeter. Pump fakes.
Trying to get that ball movement, get that good spacing.
We're at the 2-minute mark. Trying to feed the low block. He puts up the J. Can't connect. For the bucket. Was that beautiful or what?
Number 52.
He tries to knock down the three. Gets the J to fall. Working it around the perimeter. We approach 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Let's take another look at this deep three. They've got a three-point shooter spotting up. And come up short. Goes up for two. The layup is good. Well, now it's just a matter, Dick, isn't it, of clock management here? Foul, and that stops the clock again. And the clock stopped with a foul. And they continue to foul to stop the clock. That'll do it for him.
His last foul of the night.
And the clock stopped with a foul. Foul, and that stops the clock again. And the clock stopped with a foul. Chance for an easy one. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. And we've got a pause in the action. More NCAA basketball coverage coming up right after this. Back to the action now, the half court. Let's see what they set up, Dick. On the right side. For two.
They need a foul here.
The lead is 6.
Hey, a tray here, and this place will go absolutely bananas, Brad. I can feel it.
And they continue to foul to stop the clock. He has one and the bonus. He can't get one to fall.
This important possession if they want a chance to win.
Timeout. Let's check in with Aaron, who's standing by.
Well, Brad, this is a great opportunity for the coaches to calm their players down. I'm sure they're anxious, and they may be a little frazzled. Let's see how it all works out, guys.
Wow, that was kind of intense.
Intensity is the name of the game, baby. You got to have players fired up and ready to go. And if they aren't, the coach's job is to step in and light that fire.
No doubt.
Sometimes timeouts can take teams right out of their rhythm, Brad. Let's see what happens here.
That brings the lead to 8 points, Dick.
But 8 points doesn't secure a win at this point, Brad.
He lets it go. Scorches the net with a J. Foul, and that stops the clock again.
Hey, Brad, you want to get to the line early and often. You end up getting your opponents into foul trouble, and it's also an opportunity to get some points. He converts on that free throw line, and that's major.
Pushes it up. He shoots from left of the circle. Off the mark. The Wildcats needed a win today to avoid a losing streak, and unfortunately, Mr. Vitale, they couldn't pull it off.
This only puts more pressure on them to win their next game, Brad, and get back on track.
Players of the game for this one, here they are.
Get that W, baby, get that.
It's CJ Dunning here. Welcome to BRM Gaming and Podcast. This is your go-to channel for retro gaming and podcasts.